What hasn't changed about the 2018 Lincoln Navigator is this: it's still giant. Lincoln lists the shortest and lightest version of this body-on-frame brute at 210.0 inches long and one offensive undertake shy of 3 tons hefty. The long-wheelbase Navigator L with all-wheel drive comes in at 221.9 inches and well over 6,000 pounds. Ford builds some Super Duty pickups and commercial trucks that are heavier, and during World War II it knocked out 4-engine B-24 bombers to overcome fascism. So this isn't the biggest Ford product ever, but it sure isn't small scale, and, like Ford's F-Series light and heavy-duty pickups and the B-24, this new Navigator features a torso induced mainly of aluminum. The switch from sword torso constructing saves about 200 pounds over the 2017 version is a function of simulate, Lincoln says, and that's despite fractional growing in most proportions over its predecessor, which was introduced in 2007. Still, 3 tons isn't lithe, and Lincoln has done nothing to understate the 3-row, 7 or 8-seat Navigator's epic scale. The grille persists massive, although it's now squarish with the recessed mesh of Lincoln logo-shaped cavities backed by active shutters for aerodynamic efficiency. The rest of their own bodies is still to take in order to program and impose existence wherever it moves. It appears good in a sleek and brutalist various kinds of course, but it may be impossible to make a container this big-gazing genuinely elegant, and an imposing existence is likely what Gator purchasers want anyhow. Some elements present a more contemporary appearing than before. The Navigator's backs are defined by a slick wrinkle operating simply below the beltline that ties everything together, and black B and C pillars construct the greenhouse gazing more unified. The whole thing seems less clunky and slab-sided than the one we've grown accustomed to ascertaining in the past decades. Lincoln hasn't allowed this vehicle to devolve into a crossover of any sort. There's a full sword ladder frame under all that aluminum, and the suspension system is more truck in conception than wimpy vehicle. This is not quite the simple-minded undertaking of slapping an SUV body atop a pickup truck chassis, though, because the Navigator, along with its blue-collar sibling, the Ford Expedition, adopted independent rear suspension back in 2003. The nose rides on massive self-roll arms quite similar to an F-150S, but the rear hires a multi-link setup that delivers better controlled continue motions and package advantages over its arch-rival, the Cadillac Escalade. That's right, almost 2 decades into the 21st century and the Escalade continues to have a solid lag between its 2 rear wheels. Back in 2015, Lincoln supplanted the Navigator's B-8 locomotive with Ford's first-generation twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6. Lincoln doesn't use the Ford brand's EcoBoost label, but it's a version of the same locomotive that is used in Ford trucks, includes the F-150 and the Expedition. In the Navigator, Lincoln has rated the most recent V6 at 450 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute and 510 pounds-feet of torque at 3,000 revolutions per minute, the same yield the 3.5 generates in the mighty F-150 Raptor. That's 70 horsepower and 50 pounds-feet more than was produced by the similar locomotive in the 2017 Navigator, with both crests coming 250 revolutions per minute higher than before, in normal use. Nonetheless, the V6 will never control near 5,500 revolutions per minute. The sole transmission offered is the 10-speed automatic co-developed with General engine and similarly used in other Ford trucks and in autos such as the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 and the 2018 Ford Mustang. The period of a transmit with so many gears is to keep the engine operating as gradually as is practicable at all hours. Lessening revs reduces gasoline uptake. 3-ton trucks don't have much else working in their kinds, economy-wise. As it is, the brand-new Navigator merits an EPA city fuel economy rating of 16 miles per gallon. That's with either wheelbase and either 2- or 4-wheel drive. The EPA calculates 23 miles per gallon on the roadway for the standard 122.5-inch wheelbase rear driver. falling to 21 with all-wheel drive. The rear and all-wheel drive L models with a 131.6-inch wheelbase are highway rated at 22 and 21 miles per gallon. Our sustains with Ford EcoBoost engines temper our faith that the EPA amounts can be matched by ordinary drivers. Any locate of aggression in throttle application suctions GA. The 2018 Navigator resides in 4 trim degrees ranging from the short wheelbase, rear-wheel drive $73,250 Premier, which rides on 20-inch wheels, through the Select and Reserve models on 22S, up to the Black Label, which likewise get 22S, an all-wheel drive, long-wheelbase Black Label L starts at $98,100. Hit the options index aggressively and the Black Label L will readily vault past $100K. Like General Engine, then, Ford doesn't seem shy about questioning the same money you'd pay for a Mercedes-Benz GLS 450.